Hey attorney, gusto ko nang ipawalang bisa ang kasal ko. Ano ba yung proseso ng annulment? Hello and welcome back to the Hey Attorney podcast. Learn the law with me, Attorney Bernice Piñol-Rodriguez, as I unpack legal issues and frequently asked questions, serving them to you in bite-sized lessons. I keep it simple, I keep it straightforward, so let's get on with today's topic. Yung proseso ng annulment is one of the frequently asked questions sa akin. This is because a lot of people are interested in filing it kasi nga ito lang yung option natin because divorce is still not legal in the Philippines. Siyempre, to some who really want to dissolve their marriage, hindi option ang legal separation. Because as I will discuss in another video, iba yung effect ng legal separation. Kasal pa rin kayo, legally married pa rin kayo, you just really are entitled to live separately from each other. And no longer obligated to support one another or live together. So for this episode, pag-usapan natin ang annulment. Is it really that difficult? Is it really that complicated? The answer is yes, unfortunately. But hopefully in this episode, masimplehan natin and I could explain it to you better. So what is the step-by-step process for annulment cases in the Philippines? Number 1, find a good lawyer that you are comfortable with, preferably one who specializes in family law. Finding the right lawyer for you can be very challenging but be patient with it. Huwag magmadali. And definitely, huwag kayong pumunta dun sa mga fixers sa Facebook na nagpo-post na, annulment process can be done in 3 to 4 months. No hearing, no appearance. Oh my gosh, scam yan. Take my word for it. Scam talaga yan. I've dealt with a lot of clients who would tell me na nawalan sila lang 250,000 pesos, 150,000 pesos kasi nga na-scam sila nitong mga Facebook groups nito for annulment. So please don't go with that. Find a legit lawyer at mag-background check kayo dun sa lawyer na yon. Madali na lang gawin yan because you can go to the Supreme Court website at i-type niyo yung pangalan ng lawyer na yon. Or you can check their Facebook account and Google them and meet them in person or through a video call and ask them a lot of questions. Basta make sure they are legit. And then once you find the lawyer that is right for you, make sure you tell that lawyer everything, as in everything that pertains to your marriage. So this could be a very painful situation na talagang you have to recall everything, and a lot of my clients cry, almost every day siguro na may naririnig akong umiiyak na kliyente, but that's perfectly okay because it's understandable kasi nga you're trying to recall everything that led you to the dissolution of your marriage. So for example, based on Article 36, yung grounding nyo for the annulment or nullity of marriage, right? It means psychological incapacity. So you really have to tell me or the lawyer that you have hired kung ano yung grounds mo for saying that psychologically incapacitated siya. Dapat makita talaga yung ugali ng asawa mo or ng sayo, and then you have to recall everything, pati childhood nila, you have to make kwento. But you have to really tell everything to your lawyer. So narrate everything, huwag kang mag-imbento ng kwento, huwag kang magsinungaling, be very honest to your lawyer because this will really help your case. Next, gather your evidence. This can be a very taxing homework for my clients, pero tiisin nyo lang and just really help and cooperate with your lawyer. So what are the common documents that are being required in an annulment case or declaration of nullity of marriage? Number 1, of course, your marriage certificate. You have to have the original copy of that. Next is kung meron kayong mga anak, yung birth certificates nila. Also, the complete address of your spouse or your respondent, complete with the house number, the barangay, the purok, whatever, complete address talaga. And of course, a notarized certificate of residency from the barangay. And the sketch of the address certified by the barangay, and also any of the following proofs of residency. Government-issued IDs na nakalagay yung address nila, utility na mga bills, lease contract or land title na nandun yung address, and the like. Another document that you have to prepare and that your lawyer will help you prepare are the judicial affidavits. Ito yung mga judicial affidavits mo ng mga witnesses mo and yung expert witness mo in case you are opting for Article 36. So a psychologist is brought in kung based on Article 36, yung iyong kaso, because it's the best way actually. Hindi naman siya required ng Supreme Court. May ruling na before na hindi na required ang expert witness in a psychological incapacity case. But in my experience, it's better that you have one. So dito, i-interviewin ka ng psychologist, i-interviewin yung pamilya mo or anybody who is willing to tell your story para ma-analyze ng psychologist yung state ng psychology mo at ng asawa mo. Next step is the preparation of your petition. Ito, trabaho na to ng lawyer mo. So they will draft the petition, they will do research, and it really has to be legally grounded. So this usually takes about a few weeks para malagay lahat ng narrative mo, yung kwento mo sa kanila, gagawin nilang narrative yan. So sa statement of facts, and then they will put the legal basis, kung ano man, and they will really argue and defend you and ask the court to side with you through their persuasive arguments sa petition. Next is the filing of the petition. Once it's ready with all of your annexes, file it in the regional trial court of your residence. Ikaw or yung residence ng asawa mo where you have been residing for the past 6 months. After the filing, i-raffle yung case mo to the appropriate family court. Next is the sending of summons. So after a few weeks na na-file at na-raffle yung case mo, papadalhan ng summons yung iyong asawa or yung respondent in the case. In that summons, the court will order the respondent to file the answer within 15 days from receipt of the order. So, meron siyang 15 days na mag-file ng answer ng response sa petition mo. Pwede din naman siyang mag-ask ng extension beyond 15 days. Next is to not forget to give notice to the Office of the Solicitor General or the OSG. This should be done within 5 days after filing. Next is yung collusion investigation. The judge will order the prosecutor that is assigned to your case to investigate collusion. What is collusion exactly? Ito yung nagsabuatan yung mag-asawa. And this is very common. Yung nag-usap na lang sila, mag-annulment tayo ha, ikaw magbabayad. Bawal yon. That is called collusion. And your petition will be denied if ma-find out sa investigation na ano pala kayo, nagsabot. What is nagsabot in Tagalog? Nag-usap kayo. Diba? So, nagsabot in Bisaya. I'm sorry. So, that is collusion. After the investigation, the prosecutor will now issue a report kung meron mang collusion or wala. Next is the preliminary hearing. After siguro mga 2 to 4 months, the court will now issue the pre-trial order to set the preliminary hearing. Next is the hearing. Ito na talaga yung trial proper kung saan lahat ng mga ebidensya mo ilalagay na, ipapakita mo na sa court, ipapresenta ng lawyer mo, and even you will testify along with other witnesses that you have. So, ito na yung mga nakikita ninyo sa mga teleserye, mga movies na, you swear an oath and then you're asked, you're cross-examined, things like that. But it's not as dramatic really as what you see on movies. It can be very boring and routinary. But yeah, pretty much that's the scenario. So, maraming nagtatanong, especially sa mga OFW ko na clients, pwede bang mag-hearing kahit nasa abroad sila? And my answer is yes, merong paraan dyan. So, isa sa mga paraan ay ang video conference hearing. Siyempre, ipapray natin to, i-request natin sa judge to. For example, nasa Dubai ka at hindi ka makauwi kasi nga, you're stuck there or may kontrata ka or what, or nasa Hong Kong ka, let's say, and then you have a job that you can't leave. We will request the court na video conference hearing na lang ang gawin para makatestify ka. And this usually happens in the consulate. So, punta ka sa Philippine Embassy na malapit sa'yo, dyan sa bansa kung saan ka, at doon ka i-video conference. So, this was made possible because of the pandemic. Dati wala talaga. This is unheard of. But now, the courts are getting more techy and this is already possible. But of course, this is under the discretion ng korte or ng judge. Next, after ng hearing at presentation ng lahat ng evidence and witnesses, is the issuance ng OSG ng certification nila. After that is the court decision. This is the time that the court deliberates on your case, studies all the pieces of evidence that you've submitted, and eventually the court will come up with a decision, whether i-grant yung annulment mo or hindi. So to answer the question, gaano nga ba katagal ang annulment process? It could be at least 1 year or more. Never nangyayari na 6 months or 3 months tapos na. So sa iba, natatapos in 2 years, natatapos in 3 years, 5 years. For more complicated cases, umaabot ng 15 years. And you know some of the celebrities who've gone through this ordeal. And another frequently asked question, HM attorney, magkano nga ba ang annulment? And to be honest, mahal talaga siya. So I'm sorry to say this. It's between 300,000 to 700,000 pesos. It's so expensive, I know. But this is because talagang it's a lot of work for the law office or the lawyer. So it's different for every lawyer. It's different for every law office, you know. So when I was in Davao, in Mindanao, medyo mababa pa yung rates. But here in Metro Manila, it's higher. For big law firms, it could reach to about 1 million maybe. So depende na lang sa'yo sa choice mo kung saan ka mag-hire or aling lawyer yung i-hire mo or law firm. So, magastos talaga ang magpa-annul. So, sa mga single na nanonood ng episode na to, please choose your spouse wisely kasi it's really very expensive. It's even more expensive than a wedding. So, please, tignan nyo yung mga red flags ng mga jowa ninyo. Kung meron na siyang psychological incapacity, ngayon pa lang, run. And that's it for the annulment process in the Philippines. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Hey Attorney podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell para alam nyo na meron naman akong bagong video. Again, this is Attorney Bernice Piñol-Rodriguez, your Hey Attorney on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Remember, know your rights and do what's right.